as Hanyoda said, we both have these fears. We have fear of failure, fear of fatigue. You know, we talked a little bit about fear of fatigue, but then fear of failure is the same thing. Is that you get to a point to where you're so worried about losing, you're not worried about performing. Okay, and the key is if you perform, the winning will take care of itself. But it's what you focus on. And as Hanyoda said, is that when you go and you're warming up and you have all these distractions and you're thinking on all these other things, that's where your mind goes. But you through training, through hard training and learning to focus, you can focus on what you need to do. And as you focus on what you need to do, then that part of the fear of failure takes care of itself. Is that you go to perform, you don't go to win. Because if you perform, most times you will win. And that's the key. So you always go back to function, and you hear it 100 times of you control what you can control, and that's your performance. Okay? And then you leave the fear out of it. The fear will always be there. There's always a fear of stumbling, of falling down. That's in anything that we do in our life. Okay? But recognizing it's there, that's okay. It's kind of like a guy said to me once, it's like a bird flying over the forest, right? It just flies and that fear is always there. It's when it settles on the tree and you settle on that fear. You're worried about that more than anything else. Okay? So the fear of failure is with everybody at all stages for most people. There might be a few people that never think about it, but everybody thinks about it. But it's like courage, right? Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's holding fear at bay, okay, and then doing what you need to do to perform to get where you want to go. You can't have courage until there's fear there. If you go up in a plane to jump out of a plane, if you're not afraid of heights and of jumping, there's no courage that's required to go out the door. Okay, but if you're afraid of heights, then it requires courage. So it's a lot of things in life is that when you're afraid, courage is the ability to overcome that fear, to hold fear at bay, right? To do what you need to do, to function what you need to do to get the results you desire. So it's okay to feel it, but you don't let it paralyze you. And then sometimes, right, fear can be the best thing of all, right? Fear of failure can drive you to newer heights, right? One of my favorite quotes, Billie Jean King said, is, "The reason I like to win, because I hate to lose." The fear of losing drove her to win. And I think it happens with a lot of athletes. They don't want that pain. They don't want that feeling. So it drives them, that fear, they use it and they turn it in a very positive way to drive them forward.